everybody. It's the Empty Nester. I know I'm way behind on posting an update video, and I truly apologize for that. Just the holidays and everything just got in the way, and I'm just now getting to where I can film again. It is freezing outside, so I was not going to film from my car or my deck like I have a couple of times. We got a lot of snow here in the east. I'm filming in what used to be my home office for the last 4 years. I'm in the process of cleaning it up and getting it back to some kind of a room that we can utilize for something else. So the purpose of this video, like I said in my last one, was to talk about how I moved so quickly to obtain other employment after losing my job. I'm on day 67 now. I did find other employment. I did find it rather quickly. However, I wanted and needed a break. So I put off a start date until February, which, was much needed. What I did the day I found out, and I can't say it was out of the blue, I kind of had a feeling they were up to something. It's just a gut feeling that you have. Everybody kept telling me I was crazy, but I had a feeling they were up to something, and sure enough, they let me go. And immediately within an hour, I had applied for unemployment. So that's the first thing you want to, depending on your exit reason, if you believe you're eligible, you do want to get that taken care of within your state. However that process works where you live, you want to do that right away. I then immediately, and I'd already been working on it because like I said, I had a gut feeling, got my resume updated and my LinkedIn profile updated, and flipping that little switch on there that lets them know that you are open for employment and makes your profile viewable to any recruiters, or if you want it more publicly viewable, which I did not, just to recruiters, you can do that. I then, after a night, probably about 24 hours or so of the grieving and being extremely upset, because I wasn't upset about the job itself. I was most upset about the paycheck. I know that sounds terrible, and that's terribly a first world problem. I get it, but that's what it was. I was more concerned about surviving. So one of the first things I did after the first night of no sleep, and just I literally didn't leave my bed for a few days. I had people checking on me and everything all the time, but I started calling in my network. And what I mean by that is I have worked in my field now for 30 years. I've developed a lot of professional and personal friendships with all the people that I've worked with through this time. So I started, I don't want to say calling in favors, but just calling in like, hey, I need help. Is what's out there right now, what's going on. It's been a while. I worked at one job for 25 years. This job was only 4 years long, but I had not job hopped a lot, so I really didn't know what all was out there. So I started calling in all of those things, and God bless these people. Everybody was just wonderful and so helpful, and I'm still even getting, hey, we have an opening, and it's just a lot of good people, and everybody was there to help. And I can't appreciate that enough if any of them ever see this. So I called in my network. I had actually an interview within 2 days. 2 days. Now that's not the job I got, and the reason I didn't get that first job was it was an hour and 15 minutes away, and it was something that had to be driven every day, and the salary was extremely low, but I probably would have done it just to have something, but the drive was just really not doable. So it was a wonderful wonderful organization, and, you know, would have loved to have had that job. So within 2 days I had that. Within a week, I was keeping a list there at first, and I just kind of got off track of it, but I think I'd applied for multiple positions, some directly on the organization's or the company's website, some through the LinkedIn links that are on there, but I had applied for at a minimum of at least 15. One that I had applied for, I got to looking at older postings of jobs, and they had one that had been up for like 6 months, which was at a local facility less than a mile from my house. And I was like, well, that's weird. I wonder if that's not filled. Why is that still up? It let me apply for it. So I did. It wasn't until after, I want to say it was after Thanksgiving, the week right after Thanksgiving, that I got a call saying, hey, we saw your application. Are you interested in this job? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course. So that's how I got through it. It was a lot of hard work on my part. I literally spent hours on LinkedIn and Indeed, and contacting my network of people that I had met over the years. You know, I considered looking for other remote work. The thought of leaving my house makes me kind of nauseous, but I think it might be a good thing for me, to finally, you know, walk out of my house every day and come back later and not be sitting here and being distracted by other things. So that's how I did it. And, you know, if that process helps anybody, you know, I'm more than willing to talk if anybody wants to reach out and, you know, just brainstorm some things, more than willing. Again, my education and, you know, my training is in social work. So, but if you have a specialty like that, you can, you know, and you've networked over the years, you shouldn't have a problem doing something else. So I did actually consider branching out maybe into like HR or something like that, which I could still do. But right now I'm just going to take this local job. It is a salary cut. It is a $20,000 salary cut. Yeah. And I'm not at home, but it's only a mile away, in addition to bonuses that the place I used to work at gave. So I'm a little bitter about that. I'm not going to lie. Because the reasoning for letting me go was bullshit. And I'm just going to put that out there. I'm never going to say the company's name or anything, but it was bullshit. But there's not much you can do. It's a very large, multi-million-dollar company. There's nothing you can do. You're an at-will employee. Once they make a decision, that's it. It was a personality conflict. Just did not and could not, no matter how hard I tried as a social worker with my skills, get along with certain individuals. So, you know what? God puts us on a different path for different reasons. So maybe that answer will become clear to me very soon. So in my 67 days, what have I done? I've worked on organizing my house. Even this room, even though it doesn't look like it from what you can see behind you, but I have worked on it. I've continued to apply for positions when I see some that I think I might be interested in, just in case. I'm never going to let myself, you know, be put in that situation again. And I have decided that I'm at a point in my life where the next time somebody's rude to me, I'm walking out the door. I don't need a job like that anymore. You know, I'm not going to be talked down to or treated badly ever again. I have a pension that's going to be coming in a few years. I know in 10, 15 years I'll maybe have Social Security. I will just find another job. It ain't that hard. You know, it's not that hard at all. So I've also worked on getting my, I have to maintain a professional license. So I've worked on getting my continuing education hours in while I've been off, trying to get some of those because I'm not sure how the new employer is going to handle me getting those because they're used to just nurses. They're not used to social workers. So I'm not sure how they're going to work with me on that. And I also applied to have my licensure upgraded to a higher level in the event I needed to look for more clinical type work, which I really don't want to do. I'm far too old for that, getting into something like that now. I just I'm at the point where I want to ride it through. Since I'm in my 50s, I want to ride it through to, to retirement. I've been working a lot on manifesting good things. And, I said I was bitter, but I'm not bitter to the point where I'm stuck on it, I guess you'd say. I'm just still just disgusted with the people. But so I've been working really hard on being positive and moving my life forward in a different direction. I've talked in several of my videos about being a travel agent. I've spent countless hours the last several weeks researching how to do that. I've got it down now. It's just determining, picking a host agency and pulling the trigger on that. I've also been researching a lot more about YouTube and how all of this works because I love sharing my experiences, and there just doesn't seem to be a lot of individuals in my age range out there talking about the struggles we go through after our children leave the home and when we're in our 50s, for you ladies out there, the menopause, right? Is that something? Oh my God. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. So one thing I did, and I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to do it on camera, but I'm going to do it quick because I don't want to make this a super long video, is I got this wonderful manifestation journal. Okay, so your dreams are waiting to be written, and it's a daily one, and I think it's only for a certain amount of time, but it has like some stickers and things that came with it. And like I said, I have not opened it yet, so you're seeing what I'm seeing because I've been waiting to do this on camera. It's all nicely wrapped up. It's absolutely beautiful. I did find it on Amazon. Look, isn't this pretty? And it, you know what? It's probably mirrored, but it says Manifestation Journal 369 Manifestation Journal. And I'll just flip to a random day. Well, it's not like dated, which I like, because if I miss a day, or if I get busy, sometimes I'll have, my granddaughter for a while, and I literally don't have a second to stop and do some things. But it talks about the 369 method and how to use that. And you can look into that if you're interested in manifestation. And there for a while, I was doing really good. And I think I told my best friend like last week, I said, I can feel myself starting to go downhill again. So I really need to get focused again on this because I was doing really good with decluttering and cleaning and organizing the house and working on my manifestations and things. And then I just kind of, stopped and immediately started to backtrack to being a little depressed, I guess you would say. I mean, I'm just going to call it what it is. But you can set your short-term goals, your long-term goals. There's a roadmap in here for what you want to do, some action steps, writing down your intentions for a week. Like, you want to be very intentional about things that you do. Writing down things that are good that are happening instead of focusing, because we tend to always remember the bad, but have a difficult time focusing on the good things. And positive affirmations. I downloaded an app onto my phone that gives me positive affirmations throughout the day. I'm going to insert some screenshots if I can figure out how, because we all know I struggle with this. But I'm learning. And you know, they're pretty helpful. Some of them you look and you read and you just like, oh, good grief, and roll your eyes. But you know what? We're all worth more than what other people think of us or how they feel about us, because that just means they have a problem. Their problem with me was not my problem. You know, and I'll just leave it at that. Their problem with me was not my problem. So they can carry on with their lives, and best wishes to them. And then sometimes that's just how you need to approach things. So I hope to continue and amp up my filming, but this will be the last of the part about the job loss. I know I'll probably talk about my new job and different things that are going on there, but it was traumatic. It was a difficult time in my life. It's I think one of the things that is going to stand out. I've never been, you know, this job was a nightmare from the beginning. 25 years at one place. I'd never been reprimanded, never been in trouble, nothing. And this one from the get-go was just, it was nonstop. So, you know, it creates a lot of trauma when you have to go through stuff like that. So it was very rough. I don't know if that I'll ever get over it, but I've gotten past it. Let's just put it that way. I've gotten past it. I start my new job in 2 weeks. Like I said, I put it off. The start date, they wanted me to start weeks ago, but I kept putting it off just, you know, because I needed some more time. And so that's where I'm at with it. And definitely, if, you know, I can help anybody else, I'm for sure not an expert on this. Like, this is the first time I've ever gone through anything like this in my life. But I didn't find it difficult to find other employment. Now, are you going to get the same salary if you were making a high salary? You know, it's probably not. If you were working at home, are you going to be able to work at home again? Maybe not. That's life. That was a chapter of my life that I was very unfortunate to step into, high salary, working at home, and that ended. And, you know, you just have to move on. And it happened long enough to where I have a great 401k from them that I can roll into my new one, and it really upped my Social Security benefits for when I retire, or I apply to collect those someday. So, you know, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything happens for a reason. What I'm going to do now with my channel is just, you know, we'll have some chit chats about being 50 and what's happening in your life at 50, and the things that are going on, and how we handle things differently now, and how our bodies won't do what they used to do or what they need to do anymore. You know, I have a bathroom I need to work on, and I might bring you along for that. I have some more home organization that needs to get done. Oh, I know what I forgot. When I was working on the manifestation things, I did a vision board. I'm going to try to insert it here somewhere. And that really helped, you know, just to keep me focused. It's my screensaver now on my phone, just to keep me focused on where I want to go, not where I've been. So, yeah, I hope everybody is having a nice January. I know I waited way too long to post again, and I greatly apologize for that. But I hope to be able to do it more frequently now that things are leveling out. Thank you so much for allowing me to have some of your time to just talk. Sometimes the best therapy is just talking it out, even if nobody's on the other end responding. So I greatly appreciate everybody that's subscribed and everybody that's watched. So thank you from the Empty Nester, and have a great day and a great weekend that's coming up. So thank you.